With the first pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Cameron Ward, quarterback, Miami.
So the expected is now official. And Cam Ward comes out of the green room. His night was as quick as we thought it would be. And he is the first overall pick of the 2025 NFL Draft, becoming the third player from the University of... As we are watching Cam Ward have his moment, I have to pass along at the very least. In the meantime, let's give Cam Ward his due, Daniel Jeremiah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him at the next level. He's going to be able to expand the playbook, not only the play as it's designed, but his ability to extend and create as well. And it's ironic, CD, that as he mentioned the other day, he gets to go play with his favorite players and Calvin Ridley and company, who he shouted out the other night.
And the other part about it is we probably haven't talked as much about how much he loves the game and absorbs and can create. Got a story about when he first got to Miami, first day of practice, able to go ahead and decipher defenses, change things quickly, and they think, we got a live one in this young.
And with the second pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Travis Hunter, wide receiver, defensive back from Colorado.
So the Jacksonville Jaguars go bold, sort of like the color of the jacket. Travis Hunter is dancing his way out of the green room in, taking that hot pink to the land of teal in Duval County, and the Jacksonville Jaguars move up 3 spots. Trade next year's wide receiver was taken second overall, was when this happened to Calvin Johnson in 2007. The last time a cornerback was chosen in the top 2 overall picks in the NFL Draft. It hasn't happened in the Common Draft era, and it's the first time for both in one and the same individual, the guy who just put on a Jaguars hat.
DJ, of course he's running up there. He never gets tired.
Oh, he's not sweating, I can tell you that much.
115 plays per game. Just think about that. And right now, I'm just wondering, Champ Bailey, all those other guys who could, Charles Woodson, did they feel like they were born too soon, Joel? It's like this young man will be utilized in the NFL.
He is a special player.
The third pick
Here's the commissioner.
in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Abdul Carter, defensive end, Penn State.
So the first spot that could have gone to Shedeur Sanders that we expected does go as expected to a dynamic Penn State Nittany Lion, Abdul Carter. He is now going to
rusher that he's very excited about. Abdul Carter, to me, there's 2 big-time elite players, whatever.
Better in their own division, who they're chasing down. They're chasing down Philadelphia, chasing down Washington with the dynamic young quarterback. Second part of all of this is, don't forget Kayvon Thibodeau's status. Is the 5th-year option in play? What's going to happen there? Right now, there's 3 great pass rushers. He may be the replacement if Thibodeau's not there anymore. So this is a big-time move for them. And by the way, Rich, you're from New York.
Yes, sir.
Is it not baked in? I know you're a Jets guy. Is it not baked in the deal?
With the 4th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Will Campbell, tackle, LSU.
So the Patriots decide to go for protection up front for their diamond in the rough quarterback rather than anything else. Your thoughts, Daniel Jeremiah?
Of all the teams in this draft, to me, the tackle need for the Patriots was probably the most glaring across all 32 teams. They had to go in this direction. They go with Will Campbell out of it.
With the 5th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Mason Graham, defensive tackle, Michigan.
Wow. Browns fans, welcome in a Wolverine to the mix. It's Mason.
With the 6th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Ashton Jeanty, running back, Boise State.
From the blue turf to silver and black, Ashton Jeanty is the first choice of the Pete Carroll administration, and I was talking to Ashton on my show a couple weeks ago.
You talk about two guys who hate to be tackled. I would put him in that company. Starts out with that unique stance. He's standing upright. He is very slippery and elusive. You see him get out of some tough situations.
Because in the middle of it, I'm thinking the offensive line's just kind of average, and this guy's just going to war every snap.
Explosive after explosive after explosive.
9 out of 14 games, Bucky, he had 50 or more yard run.
I mean, look, you're not only talking about the explosiveness, I think it's the workhorse.
With the 7th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Armand Membu, Missouri, tackle.
So once again, no tight end. Instead, it is a member of the offensive line for the New York Jets, the kid from Missouri, Armand Membu, who had a terrific combine. He's going to New York.
Yeah, he's a right tackle. He'll stay at right tackle there for the Jets. I thought this decision would be tight end tackle, as you said, Rich. I think they went Membu, who's very explosive.
With the 8th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Teteroa McMillan, wide receiver, Arizona.
So they go offense, and they go Tet McMillan, who is technically the second wide receiver chosen tonight. And
the raw ability, his basketball or his volleyball background, it shows up on the football field.
Huge production. I mean, huge production. He had 174 catches, 2,700 yards, and all facts of it. And this is not an excuse, DJ, but I would just say there are some colleges and college offenses that will teach in their coaching room, in their individual rooms, the backside receiver, hey, take this play off. You know, and so I don't like it either when I see it on film, but this guy in a 50-50 situation, CD, I don't know if there's anybody better.
Shorter quarterback, bigger targets. Last year was Xavier Legette. They need him to come along and play better. McMillan, another big.
With the 9th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Kelvin Banks Jr., tackle, Texas.
so they go offensive line. DJ, your thoughts?
Well, I thought these tackles would come off the board quick because there's not a lot of them that you can count on to come in and start and play right away. Last year, the Saints got Talisi Fuaga to handle one tackle spot. Now they...
With the 10th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Colston Loveland, tight end, Michigan.
Wow, so it's Colston Loveland, not Tyler Warren. That's a bit of a surprise.
I had them right next to each other on my list, so they're both excellent players, different.
With the 11th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Michael Williams, defensive end, Georgia.
Daniel?
Yeah, Nick Bosa gets a running mate on the opposite side there. Leonard Floyd is gone. He departed in free agency. They also lost Hargrave, the defensive tackle. So they needed to invest, I thought, either in the offensive line or the defensive line. And in Michael Williams, they get someone who, if he'd been healthy through the entire year and through the process, I don't know that he would have even got to them here with the 11th overall pick. He got a little nicked up and hurt in that opening game against Clemson and wasn't quite right, although you saw the flashes as the year went along. Big time upside. I mean, he is going to be the first one off the bus, and that's saying something when you've got Nick Bosa on your team. He is a big time, great looking dude. He's got...
Texas saw the flashes.
Yes, they did. There was those flashes. They just weren't consistent. I think it was health related. But he's very long. He's got long arms, and he uses that length. Here he is as a rusher. You see that long inside arm, able to get through and get to the quarterback. I like the idea of widening him out more. He had a lot of tight alignments in that Georgia defense. San Francisco, with their scheme, they will loosen him up. They'll let him rush a little bit from a wide nine, and he'll have a runway where all that explosive power will show really well.
You know, he was versatile for Kirby Smart, but again, I think that worked against him because...
With the 12th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Tyler Booker, guard, Alabama.
So it isn't.
Boys being intriguing. What's going to happen with their draft? And when did Kurt fall back on at the end? Will they do something
line,
bold,
yep.
or will they do what they always do and draft an offensive line? DJ, take it away.
I feel bad for the offensive line coach. What does he do in the offensive line meeting when he says, hey, Tyler, and Tyler Guyton, Tyler Booker, and Tyler Smith? Oh, yeah, you're going to have to be more specific than that. 3 Tylers on that offensive line. But he was described to me by the guys at Alabama as the Will Smith or the Will Anderson of the offense. Just an unbelievable leader. Zach Martin goes out, he goes in. Someone with the high character. You see the size. He's a big, big man. I was asking, what would you tell the teams if they asked you about Tyler Booker? They said if he gets on the airplane after he gets picked and they were to tell him, hey, they changed the schedule, we have a game tomorrow, we just emailed you the playbook. When the plane landed, he'd have the entire playbook memorized and he'd be able to start the next day. I mean, they love this kid at Alabama.
New Canaan, Connecticut, to IMG Academy. Academics a big part of what he does. He's a cerebral player as well as a physical player. Joel, he talks about what he wants to do in a ball game is make a guy question whether he still wants to play football by the end of it. And the way he hits on people and does things. And DJ, when you're talking about all these Tylers on this offensive line, I'm just going to tell you guys, this feels like a back-to-the-future approach for Dallas.
The 13th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, Michigan.
Fellas, I got to jump in because I've been hearing about this kid since he was a true freshman. Going up there and meeting with the Wolverine coaches when Jim Harbaugh and I would sit down, all the way back to Mike McDonald and then Jesse Minter, Wing Martindale, all the coordinators that have been on that side of the ball. The first thing that defense, and it's the Baltimore defense, wants to do is build the run wall. And guess what? Who they talked about? They wouldn't talk about Mason Graham. They would talk about Kenneth Grant as being the guy that could be the best in the future. And one of the reasons is this play that you're looking at right there. He chased down Nick Singleton. He's got this rare motor for a guy that's 330 pounds, and he doesn't even understand how good he is yet. I think his best football is ahead of him. He's a block destructor. He's a great locker room guy, and DJ, I think he could be one of the premier defensive tackles in the National Football League in the coming years.
And certainly Christian Wilkins walked to Vegas. This feels.
With the 14th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Tyler Warren, tight end, Penn State.
He wears Dallas.
Well, Dallas Clark let him wear the number?
Yeah, I know, right? Here comes Tyler Warren to Indianapolis, sir.
This is a fun player to watch. If you watch college football, and Joel, you jump in here pretty early because the way they use this guy, I mean, he was the offense. You can put him back in the Wildcat. Here he's snapping the ball and going out down the field against USC on a trick play. Watch the catch as he goes up and makes that adjustment.
That's illegal in the Turkey Bowl, guys. You can't do that in the Turkey Bowl.
Unbelievable. How about the one-handed catch on an underthrown ball and then absorb the contact? Here he is, again, watch him with the ball in his hands. He can run over you. He can jump over the top of you. The quarterbacks are going to love him. And I'll tell you who else is going to love him in the running backs. With what he does in the run game, he can latch you and drive. The reason he wears that for is because his dad told him about a guy named John Riggins.
Yep.
And this is how you're going to play the game, Joel. And that is the way he does it.
With the 15th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Jalen Walker, defensive end, Georgia.
Sometimes you just don't overthink it, right?
I mean, look, the rest of my mock draft, I'm going to probably hide under my bed, but this one I got right. So, I mean, I thought there was a chance he could drift a little bit, and he fell right to the Atlanta Falcons.